People, hey. Now look, when we watch a movie, we don't really expect to see obnoxious or irritating characters in them, do we? No, not really. Not as such. That is why I have now rounded up my list of top 12 annoying characters from movies and, as such, TV shows. And so, here they are. Of course, like Slugfest Wizard, I did mention the first one on the list to you, but here it is. Okay, let's see. Number 12 is Silliness, from a TV show called Happiness, but The Secret of Locke. This was basically one of those like cute, charming kids shows that had a bunch of colorful and bright characters with them, but they were all like happy Loch Ness monsters, and they all had their own personalities with them. Like there was happiness, kindness, braveness, coolness, and such, evilness too, but yeah, but anyway, the one that was the most irritating one of them, I'd say, was Silliness. He would always, he's the one with the jester hat, and he was green, always made weird faces to make people laugh, and what do you know, he made people laugh and everything, but when I look back, not much else to say. But I think he did sing this one song that went I want to go home and everything. I just want to find my way home, and he was kind of wailing the lyrics. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Anyway, number 11 on the list is Dusty Davis from Twister. This was like the movie Twister. This was a character that Dustin Hoffman played, and needless to say, I could tell he was comic relief, but he just really didn't do it. It's coming, it's headed right for us, and there were more things he said, but he just really was irritating, and I really didn't buy it. And yeah, I mean, Philip Seymour Hoffman played him. Yeah, that's right. And number 10 on the list is Joey Gladstone from Full House. As such, she is a comedian who is also, I think, the brother-in-law of Danny Tanner, Bob Saget. But yeah, Joey Gladstone, he was really a comedian that just wasn't funny. He'd always just spewed one-liners and catchphrases that, quite frankly, made you want to, castrate yourself. Quote the Nostalgia Critic. Yeah, I mean, tell me if you didn't choke when he was spitting water, trying to entertain Michelle as Baby Beluga Whale. And yeah, I just didn't do it. I mean, nothing against Dave Coulier, but yeah, that's my opinion. Anyway. Number 9 on the list is Roger Rabbit. I decided to put this guy on the list because really, he's not really... He really keeps the tone to being more hilarious on the list, like from the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Roger Rabbit, as such, still holds a tone to being both still funny and obnoxious at the same time. But I just still decided to put him still lower on the list. Because at the opening he's trying to save baby Herman from all those kitchen knives and all the panic, and he's like, I'll save your baby, I'll be coming for you, yes I am. Yeah, and he gets all puffed up, and then iron hits him on the head, and all kinds of crazy cartoon sound effects. And I wonder what the voice actor does today that Roger Rabbit did. But yeah. Number 8 on the list is Christopher Columbus from The Magic Voyage. And needless to say, I have Doug Walker, the Nostalgia Critic, to thank for this. Because The Magic Voyage did used to be one of my favorite movies as a kid. I briefly liked it, but now I do not like it at all. It was really a rehashed version of the story of Christopher Columbus, retold by German filmmakers, and they just decided to throw a woodworm. Woodworms don't exist, but like a woodworm voiced by Corey Feldman, Pico, and Marilyn the fairy, then the Swarm Lord, and it just didn't do it. But the most irritating character in it was Christopher Columbus himself. All he did was just make noise, and he was so not funny. Dom DeLuise did the voice of him, but yeah, I like him. He's a funny guy, but he just wasn't funny in this movie, and yeah. Number 7 on the list is really one I came across recently. It's Ranjan, or Ramen, from The Jungle Book 2. Now, Ramen is the little kid, it's like this little native kid who's friends with both Mowgli and Shantae. And of course, this is a very lame Disney sequel. It's up there with The Hunchback of Notre Dame too. But yeah, this little kid, Ranjan, I couldn't stand him. Like at the beginning, Mowgli in the movie is telling his story about how Bagheera found him and that the wolves raised him, how he ran into Baloo and then Shere Khan. But then it's all that backstory is ruined by this little kid making noises like "Yo, Mio Tiger, I'm gonna burn your butt. I'm gonna get you and rah rah." Yeah. I just wanted to tell this kid, shut up, will you? Just shut up. I was begging Shere Khan in this movie, like, oh, please kill that little kid. Please. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but yeah, you'll recognize him if you watch the movie. I haven't seen all of The Jungle Book 2. I only watched the first clip of it because someone downloaded it in there, and yeah, it was nowhere compared to the original one. And yeah, that's right. Now, next on the list, number 6 is Mr. and Mrs. Witwicky from the Transformer Michael Bay movies. Yeah, screw you, Michael Bay. Sam Witwicky's parents were supposed to be comic relief, and boy, howdy, I couldn't stand them. Alright, and I'm being serious right now. I hated Mr. and Mrs. Witwicky. Well, the mother mainly, but like they just were not funny. They were lame wisecrackers, and I just didn't buy it. Of course, that terrible Transformers 2: Revenge of the Fallen is one of the worst movies I've seen, and Mrs. Witwicky's like running around Sam's campus eating hash brownies and acting like a retard. It's like she wasn't even given a script. Like Michael Bay just put her on set and said, do all this random stuff, and I'm sure someone's gonna find it funny. Yeah, I just wanted Megatron to come along and kill her, and the dad too. I really didn't care. I really didn't give a damn about either one of them, and that's really my opinion. Let's see, number 5 on the list. Oh yeah, number 5. I'm sure you guys knew I was going to put this guy on the list. Jar Jar Binks from the Star Wars prequels. Of course. Misa gonna die? Ah woo! Misa got Jar Jar Binks. Oh yeah, well yeah. Of course, I first thought Jar Jar Binks was funny when I first saw him. Now he's just irritating as hell. And of course, we all wish he was killed off in Star Wars Episode 3, but no, he wasn't. And you know how studios like to squeeze every ounce bit of drop out of George Lucas's franchise, Star Wars, and the only upside to it was that he used Jar Jar Binks less in the prequels, and well, after Episode 1. And yeah, but if only he would just, kept his trap shut, or at least try to be funny when, at least he could have been better if he was just funny in a more natural tone. And yeah. Number 4 on the list is Ernest from the Ernest movies. Ernest goes to camp, Ernest saves Christmas, and Ernest joins the army. And yeah, I just decided to put that guy on the list. I think his name is Ernest P. Worrell or something, but yeah, he is nothing but noise, once again, still just, oh, I'm going to save the day if I can, or yeah. The actor who played him is actually dead right now. You may, I think, like Ernest something, I forgot his name, but he did the voice of Smokey the Steamer in the Polar Express, and Slinky the dog in Toy Story 1 and 2. But yeah, nothing against him, but yeah, I guess it was a role that he was known for, but I just didn't buy it, so I put him on number 4 on the list. He was just loud. But nowhere compared to this other guy. Number 3 on the list is Fred from Drop Dead Fred. I didn't see the movie Drop Dead Fred, but I saw the Nostalgia Critics review on it, and I just wanted to punch a hole in the screen. This guy Fred, it was supposed to make you laugh, he was supposed to be funny, he did neither one of that. He just had spiky red hair and just like he was just going crazy, making weird faces. And yeah, the poster explains it all. And I don't have a picture of the poster up right now, but you can download it if you see it. But movie Drop Dead Fred, I suggest you guys do not see it. And Fred, I just wish he really would have dropped dead. Now, number 2 on the list is everyone from the movie Son of the Mask. Yes, I decided to see Son of the Mask, and damn that movie to hell. It was nowhere compared to the Jim Carrey one. I really liked the Jim Carrey movie, The Mask. Son of the Mask, I don't want to describe it. No one was normal in this movie. They were so not funny, no one was well developed. I felt so embarrassed for Jamie Kennedy and Alan Cumming, and Bob Hopkins too, and Hoskins too, The baby bouncing everywhere, dancing, making irritating sound effects. Nothing worked in it. Nothing was humorous. Yeah. Just, I don't know what the director, Lawrence Gutterman, is doing right now. I mean, I prefer his movie Cats and Dogs. He directed the first Cats and Dogs. Never saw the sequel of that, but yeah. Son of the Mask, I suggest you guys don't see it. The only part I thought was somewhat creative in it was the scene with the cars doing like that, and like honk honk, and they were turning sideways up and down. The rest of the movie blowed. And now, who is number 1 on the list? Well, here we go. My number 1 top person on my list of top 12 annoying characters is the prop master of comedy himself, Carrot Top, from the movie Chairman of the Board. I decided to only use him from the movie Chairman of the Board because Carrot Top, I really have never watched his comedy routine. He just does props and gags, and I really don't see what's that's humorous about it. But yeah, I never saw Chairman of the Board, but the Nostalgia Critic, I saw his review on it, and I don't know what to say. Like, it starts off with him like going, "Rah!" and then you get fling out of a bed, and then everything looks like like hell central. The plot's pathetic, and the characters are so poorly executed, and the directing is just lazy. It just doesn't. If I remember, it was directed by Alex Zamm, where Chairman of the Board was directed by Alex Zamm, the same guy who directed Inspector Gadget 2 and the Beverly Hills Chihuahua movies. What else he did? I don't know about that, but I wonder how this set off his career. It's like there wasn't even any script for that film. Carrot Top just was thrown in there with a bunch of like phrases and props, and just said like, "Oh, keep on doing that, and making noise, and people are gonna get a laugh out of it." Yeah, if you got a laugh out of it, fine, but I did not. And well, people, hope you all enjoyed. That's my list of top 12 annoying characters, and as such, try to be less annoying. Okay, Hollywood? Thank you. I'm Chosen Viper, and an idea is everything. Y'all be cool.